Hi folks, this is Mr. Dean. So why I'm making this video is to help you out with your C major scale and to give you a good start on how to practice for piano. So some things you're going to need is, first of all, your keyboard to be plugged into your computer and so forth. And what you're going to need to have open on your computer is this C major file right here. So make sure you have this open. And this is actually a pretty handy little file. And here's the reason why. So when I press play on here, it'll actually play through the exercises that will be on your C major sheet, which should also be something you should have right now. And all these exercises on your C major sheet are labeled. So whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, other exercises, etc. down the page. And these are kind of ways to get you to understand different aspects of learning how to play piano. Now, back to our C major file here. Let's take a look. So one of these keyboards will play along with you, and one of these keyboards allows you to play. So let me try it out here. There we go, that's my piano working. And then if we were to press play, it's going to snap along. Up, and it's going to play this nice little exercise. Okay, now what this is designed to do, here, let's go back to the beginning here, is it counts you off 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it pops you in right here at the exercise. Now these are whole notes, which means that they're held for 4 beats, so I'm going to count them 1, 2, 3, 4, each one. Okay. Now, I'm going to play it, and while this is happening at the same time, just give you kind of an idea how you can practice with this. So at the very beginning, I'm going to press play, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you play that, well, all the way through the exercise, all the way until, it gets right over here, until you run out of notes on the whole notes exercise. And then you would do the same process with the half notes. So, and if you're ever wondering where to start, take a look here. So half notes says half notes right here, and then there's a little 17 right next to it. Well, that happens to correspond with this little 17 right there. And so it'll give you a little count off, and you'll be able to go through the notes on there. Now, that's in a nutshell how to use this file. But last thing you may want to know is, gosh, I can't remember where the notes are on the piano, and so here's my handy dandy little keyboard shower to remind you about where the notes are. So C is right there. Oops, I accidentally have the mute on. So C is right here in the middle. You can even see right here I've labeled it for you. So C, and my favorite little saying is that C has 2 friends. See, I have 2 friends. And there are those 2 friends right there. So the 2 black keys right there. And then C is right there. So if I were playing that whole note exercise, let's bring it back up over here. This whole note exercise right here, I would start out right there. So I would be counting it 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And I would make it all the way back down to there. Now if you notice, that's the C. We start on the C and we play our major scale, following the notes carefully. Sorry about that. And I end up on another C. So this is an important concept in piano, is that the notes, that's a C, that's a C, that's a C, that's a C, and oh, that's a C right over there, too. So this C major scale can move from one point to the other. So it can either be right here, or if I want a lower sound, you still are going to play the same pattern, but it's just a matter of moving up to the next C. You'll notice how that sounds pretty similar. Or if I wanted to bring it down an octave, now an octave is from one C to another. I can bring it down too. Okay, so that should get you started on C major. I'm going to have a couple other videos about the specific exercises and how to complete those. But good luck on your practicing. Remember, this doesn't happen automatically, and so you'll have to have your charts up. You'll have to have your charts that show you where the notes are, so you can go through and say, oh, that's a C or that's a D. And you'll also have to have, hopefully on the same paper, a chart that tells you where the notes are on the piano. So when you want to go, oh yeah, that's a C, or oh yeah, that's an F, you can refer to those little pictures. And if you have those right next to your C major music, you're going to do just fine. You can go ahead and write in the notes. You can make all the scribbles you want on this page, because that's all kind of part of the learning process. The goal is eventually to not write them in on the page, just to recognize that this is a C and that's a D and that's an E and so forth. But you'll do just fine writing them in for right now, and then getting faster and faster at identifying those notes. Okay, good luck and good practicing.